Alright, today we are going over the best dumbbell abs exercises. So if you are ready, let's see the first one. Leg raises. It has 3 progressions. If you are doing it on the floor, then the hardest part of the exercise is going to be when your leg is around the floor. Now, as you come to the top, there is going to be increasing less tension, where here there is no tension at all on your abs. And the progression is going to be pretty difficult because most people, they just lose their roundness at their hip. At the bottom, if they increase the weight, and that's going to force their lower back to work. So what you want to do instead is push the top of your hip down, squeeze your glutes. That's going to keep your hip in this rounded posterior pelvic tilt position. And from here, you're going to use your glutes as shelf and then do the leg raise. And nothing is going to change with the dumbbell. And yes, you can put your arm under your glutes, and that's pretty much defeating the purpose of you training your abs, because eventually you want to master this form so you can increase the weight. And again, you can play with the weight, you can get it a bit closer to your body, so then you are going to decrease the moment harm and how much you're actually lifting. I prefer to use a smaller weight and then get it really close to my feet and still work in between these 5 to 10 rep ranges, and then increase the weight when I can hit the upper end of this rep range. Funny enough, even though this exercise is on the floor, this is one of the best way to regionally train your lower abs. And yes, it is possible, but it is not going to be that meaningful that you are only going to develop your lower abs. And the second progression is the captain chair. This is going to be more stable, and the bottom part is going to be where there is no tension. And as you come to the top, when your legs are vertical to the floor, that's when you have the peak tension on your abs. What most people fuck up is only raising their legs and seemingly nothing is happening at their abs. And yes, it is going to train your abs isometrically, but it's going to be more for hip flexor training. So what you want to focus on instead is rounding your hip, even though because of this captain chair position is not going to be visible, but it is still going to be you trying to round it as much as you can. And again, this is an exercise where I prefer using weight, and you can keep it closer to your body or further away from your body, just to increase momentum without increasing the weight. And still 5 to 10 rep ranges. Once you can hit the upper end of the rep range, increase the weight. And the third progression is going to be the hanging leg raise. And this is probably the hardest. I wouldn't say it's the best, it is just the hardest, because maintaining this rounded hip position is going to be super difficult, and also there is going to be grip issues and all kind of problems. And it's going to be the same as the captain chair variation. There is no tension when you are straight, and when you are raising your leg, there is going to be increasingly more tension on your abs. When you reach vertical to the floor, that's going to be the peak tension. You just want to make sure that you are raising your leg all the way up, rounding your hip, showing your butt to everybody. And I know it's a difficult exercise, but if you can master the form, maintain this rounded hip position, it's going to be great. Again, same thing, 5 to 10 rep ranges, increase the weight whenever you can, and by changing the way where you're holding the dumbbell, you can cut off some weight just because you are changing the moment arm as well. And the last one is going to be Russian twist, and this is my favorite because most people just do it wrong. And the main issue is usually that all they are doing is moving their arms, rotating the dumbbell, getting really close to the floor, but there is nothing happening at the obliques level. And yes, I know there is still going to be some isometric contraction, but that's not why you are doing this exercise. Instead, keep the dumbbell stationary in front of your body and only focus on rotating. And if the rotation is going to be small, that's going to be just your obliques working and the opposite side of your spine rectors. And I get it, you're not going to reach the floor if you're rotating like this. Who the fuck cares about the floor? There's also a common question if you should keep your legs straight or bent, and if I'm being honest, this is just an isometric contraction for your hip flexor. So in this case, doesn't matter and nobody cares. Watch these 2 videos next. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for coaching, hit the link in the description. Talk to you soon.